What's up, guys? All right, we'll kick it off with AU for today, since AU is probably the worst of the three for today. In a bit of a weird spot, in all honesty. So AU is obviously just running out of juice a little bit at the minute, and it does tend to do this from time to time. So what we've got, obviously, we've been breaking to the upside. Obviously, down here, had that inducement of retest just there. It's stepping our way up, inducing low, breaking high. We have just had a little bit of an inducement low, break high, break low, retest. We have swept this point, which was the decisional of that break. However, since obviously sweeping that point, we have pulled up, mitigated this area, more or less retested that break a little bit, and obviously pushed back down. Right now, we are bringing in Asia low buyers, so I actually don't mind sells on AU, to be honest. We're coming from a really strong point, but we're just clearly struggling to buy at the minute. We've got a lot of liquidity sitting underneath us, still with some imbalance down there that we can come and fill. So what I don't mind looking for is if we can pull up and choose this point here, which is that 50% of Asia, further fill that imbalance that we've got sitting inside of there. This point did sweep that high as well. I'm happy to sell down, targeting those Asia low buyers and the liquidity that we've got sitting down here. The other side of that, if we pull up from here, break this, we are really inside of that leg there. I'd be happy to come down, take that, look for buyers out of this area or buyers at the inducement of that low, which is a better option. We can come down right down here and I'll be open for buyers as well, just depending on how it gets down there. If it's too bearish, I won't be. But if it just works its way down there more or less slowly, I'd be happy to look for some sort of buy down there. So we'll see how that shapes up. But yeah, obviously, if we do come up too much further, breaking that, the only way I'm going to be looking for sells if we can come down, build some bearish structure, induce it, and then obviously go from there. Or if we can come up to that extreme point. Other than that, there's not a lot to work with there on AU. Looking at EU. Cool. Right. I actually like what EU is doing. EU is at this stage looking like it's potentially going to respect this supply here. The big thing with this is obviously we're coming from this point and it can drive us up a little bit higher. That's that obviously higher time frame point that goes against that structure cycle. So this point really shouldn't hold long term. It can push us up a little bit, but obviously it already has pushed us up a little bit just now into the mitigation of this area, which is a valid supply, getting that reaction from it. So if this point's going to hold, of course, this point will be a smart money trap. So what I'm looking for from there is pull up, break that high there. That's going to give us our medium inducement. I'm then happy to sell down following along with that. So we'll see how that wants to shape up. This is obviously the extreme of that internal leg. However, this realistically speaking should outweigh this. And if we can gauge the reaction that we've gotten out of that supply, it is quite strong. So I'm happy to sell through it. Just need a price to come up a little bit. The other side of this is if this point is going to be a smart money trap, it needs to bring in some sellers. So it'll need to take out that low anyway. So either way, if we can come up here, take this, sell off, I'll be looking at hold to that low, just given that structure cycle, or at the very least, looking to hold to the inducement of that. Just depends on how obviously risk to reward sits. The other side of this, if we can pull down and take out this low, that is also going to be a medium inducement. I'm actually open to buying, just understanding that if this point is going to hold, we've still got liquidity sitting up here. We can come up, target that liquidity, sell back down. That's going to give us this structure cycle, that internal structure cycle, sell from the extreme. Or obviously, if this supply area here is going to be a smart money trap, taking out that low, we can look to obviously buy it up. And at that stage, that should confirm this area as a smart money trap. We'll start to confirm it, give it what it needs to be able to confirm it as a smart money trap. We can then obviously target the inducement of that high. So a couple of different options there. Just need to see which way we're going to push first. But ideally, we can come up because I'd prefer to sell it. Cool. Now, GU sits in a pretty similar position. So how I'm seeing GU is mitigation of a point that has taken liquidity, demand to supply area, decisional of that break just there. We've mitigated, we've broken, we've induced, we've built up liquidity sitting underneath us just here. And now obviously potentially going to sell through it. The issue that we've got with GU is how much it's kind of condensed just here out of this supply, and we had a fairly fast retracement to it. So it looks a little bit sketchy. It's a bit undecided. Clearly, the market doesn't know where it wants to go overly clearly right now on GU. So what I'm looking for is the potential for this point to hold. I'd be happy to sell off of the inducement of that point. This point has obviously broken a low. So yeah, I'm happy to sell through it. If we can come up and sweep that, I would prefer to come up and take out that high. We're just going to be in a better spot at that case. If we can come all the way up there. So, either sell from here, or even sell from that high. Either one of the three, I'm perfectly fine with. Buying also as well. I'm happy to buy if we can break out this low. It's going to give us a 15-minute two-leg medium inducement. Happy to do that from there. So we'll see which way we want to push and where we want to go. Either way, buys from here to target that liquidity, or sells from here, here, or here to target all of that liquidity that we've got sitting underneath of us. You got a few different trend lines you can draw along through there as well. So sitting in a good spot. GU is kind of not the greatest. I think EU is the best for today. It just makes the most sense structurally, and our structure is the cleanest. GU is quite undecided at the minute. Definitely, at a point of indecision. EU makes a little bit more sense of what it's doing structurally. So that's going to be more so my focus. AU and GU, a little bit not the best.